Hey guys, today I'm here to bring you my review of Game of Thrones Season 6, Episode 1, The Red Woman. I'm just gonna go and say it. The Red Woman was a solid episode. This was a solid start to the season. Like I expected, this was a setup episode. Basically, the reactions of after everything that happened in the season 5 finale, and it's setting it. We got those reactions from everything that happened there, and we are setting up for the season. So yeah, in that sense, this was a solid episode. I really enjoyed all the stuff in the north. I mean, the Ramsay Roose scenes, meh. uh they didn't really do anything. They just had a conversation, and so yeah. The stuff with Jon Snow was they're just reacting to his death. Davos, he was really great in this episode. I loved his character. Melisandre, actually we ended this episode with Melisandre, and wow, I wasn't like shocked because I had seen a picture before this episode that was like, oh, maybe that's Melisandre, but I didn't really put thought into it. So when it actually happened with Melisandre at the end, basically being like an old woman, I mean, like, you know how Melisandre wears this thing around her neck? She basically removed all her clothes. Melisandre gets naked like every season, and then she took her necklace off, and appeared to be an old woman. So clearly the Lord of the Light religion has kept her young and beautiful. So yeah, so that was an interesting ending. Also the Sansa Theon stuff I liked. I was happy to see Sansa, and I'm so glad that Sansa finally was able to escape from Ramsay, that piece of shit. And then Podrick and Brienne came to the rescue, and now they're all escorting her to Castle Black. I mean, I'm still not a big fan of Brienne right now. I loved her so much in the first few seasons, and then season 5, I was really disappointed with her storyline. But she did redeem herself. She halfway redeemed herself for saving Sansa and Theon, and also Podrick was there, so he was great. So yeah, we saw Jaime and Cersei. Cersei's basically reacting to her daughter's death, which, yeah, Jaime was fine. Just don't have too much to say about that. We had a Marjorie scene. Don't really have much to say about that. Like, that's the thing. I thought this episode was a solid episode, but there were only really a couple standout moments to me, so yeah. Let's see. Actually, I'll get to the scene I want to talk about most at the end. We saw Tyrion and Varys briefly. They were great as usual. I love Tyrion. I love Varys. Jorah and Daario, two really attractive men. We saw one scene with them. It was fine. The Daenerys scenes with the Dothraki, loved that scene. That scene and the stuff with Sansa and Theon, those were my favorite scenes of the episode. Loved seeing the Dothraki again. Brings me back to season 1 memories, which season 1 is still my favorite. Even though I really, really loved season 4, season 1 is still my favorite. But that was nice to see the Dothraki again. I love Khal Moro. He's hot, and it looks like they're taking Dany to the Dosh Khaleen, where the Khaleesi's, the widowed Khaleesi's go after their husbands die, their cows die. So that was funny. It was a good scene. Also, the stuff with Arya. Arya's scene was very short, like a couple minutes. It was nice. It was fine. Also, it was nice to see the character, the waif, who is helping her with her training, and that was enjoyable. I enjoy seeing Faye Marseille in this role as the waif. So yeah. So overall, I enjoyed most everything, and even the stuff I didn't really like or love, I didn't hate it. But the only stuff I didn't like was the stuff in Dorne. Basically, Tristan Martell is dead, which, I didn't really care for him anyway. But Ariel Hota is dead, and Doran Martell is dead, and the freaking Sand Snakes and Ilaria killed him, and I'm like, what the hell? Honestly, I dropped a few F-bombs and a C-bomb during the scene. I was like, wait, are you kidding me? Yeah, I was really like so soon. It's like, dang, we barely got any of Doran and he's already dead. And it's freaking. That's the thing. In the books, I'm figuring there's a character they left out of the books that they didn't add in the show, and I'm figuring if that particular character does it in the book, I won't be too mad. But since I don't like the Sand Snakes or Ilaria anymore in the Ilaria in the show, I'm just really disappointed in that. So yeah, I did not like the Dornish storyline of this scene. That was the worst part of the episode. That was the only part I outright disliked, and just I can't stand Ilaria or the Sand Snakes. I also during this episode, I'll admit that I did flip off my TV screen a couple times. I have some particular characters like Alistair Thorne, Ollie, that little shit. So yeah, yeah. So overall, I did think this episode was pretty solid, but I wasn't satisfied by it. It wasn't enough for me. The hour went by way too quickly, but next week's episode should be better. Hopefully, yeah, hopefully it's better than this episode, even though it was solid. And also, I don't want to see the Sand Snakes or Ilaria. I really don't. In the next episode. So yeah, if you've seen Game of Thrones Season 6, Episode 1, The Red Woman, tell me your thoughts down below. So yeah, other than that, I will see you in my next review, which will be for the new episode of Reign tomorrow evening. So yeah, I will see you then. Bye.